Morning, Grace Church. I hope you're all well and surviving this unofficial lockdown. I just want to quickly share my thoughts on a passage God led me to yesterday in Genesis, because I think it can really help us all in thinking about and understanding what God is doing in this weird time with all the things going on. So this is a passage in Genesis 16 where with Abraham and Hagar, who was his servant, and she conceived him a son, but then, and that was Sarah's idea, his wife, but then Sarah threw her out, through no fault of Hagar's own. Sarah threw her out and she had to fled, and the Lord met her in this wilderness by a spring. The Lord's angel came to her and said some really great words, and then the response of Hagar is amazing. I think is a response that we need to have towards God in this time, as we might be feeling in a wilderness. Like the coronavirus might not be your fault, and you might not understand why it's happening and why is God letting this happen. And this is the same sort of thing with Hagar. It wasn't a virus, but she was pregnant, and she was struggling to understand why God had let this happen to her. And then she'd been thrown out of all her security, the house that looked after her and she worked in, and now she was in the wilderness. So she says these words after the Lord's angel meets with her. She says, "So she called the name of the Lord who spoke to her, 'You are a God of seeing.' For she said, 'Truly here I have seen him who looks after me.'" And it's just really simple words. I'm a man of simple things, but you are a God of seeing. And I just feel like we need to know that in our lives today, that God is a God who sees our situations. He sees the mess that's going on. He sees us in our wildernesses, whether that be through loss of work, through just sitting at home feeling lonely. He sees all of that. So please know that today, Grace Church. He sees that. And then the really cool bit is true. She says, "Truly here I've seen him who looks after me." And I feel like God would say to us and to me, he is looking after us. Let's rest in that. Let's rest assured. Let's let God's peace just reign in our lives, that he is looking after us. He is seeing us. And he is in control. That's what we need to hold on to throughout the whole of the Bible. Is stories and stories of people in messy situations, in crazy situations, and God steps in. He is in control. The Bible is so clear that God sees everything. His hand is in everything. And so, yeah, let's rest in that today. I hope that's an encouragement for you all.